Leila's adventure in the magical forest on a bright sunny morning. Little Leila woke up to the sound of birds singing outside her window. She stretched with a smile and said excitedly, "Today is Adventure Day." Leila left her home, walking lightly among the flowers and butterflies. She hummed a little tune, hopping from stone to stone, each step bringing her closer to the forest. She stood at the forest's edge. The trees were tall and the light was dim. But she smiled and said confidently, "I'm brave." Suddenly, a small white rabbit appeared, wearing a blue jacket, and it spoke. It walked swiftly, and Leila followed with cautious steps. "Hello, Leila. Are you looking for an adventure?" Leila looked in amazement and said, "Wow, so beautiful." The rabbit pointed to a hidden path among the trees. They reached a magical pond. The water was clear like a mirror. The rabbit replied, "This pond shows what's in your heart." A soft wind blew, carrying mysterious whispers. "Choose your heart, not your fear." Leila placed her hand on her chest and said, "I'm ready." A large rock shaped like a face appeared. It opened its eyes and said, "Are you brave?" "I am brave," Leila replied firmly. "Yes." The ground split open, revealing a stone staircase beneath the trees. The rabbit said, "The first stage begins here." Leila went down the stairs. The tunnel was made of living roots, gently moving around her. As she walked, a plant tendril wrapped around her bag and pulled. Leila screamed, but the rabbit jumped and bit the tendril, and it let go immediately. Leila exited the tunnel and found herself in a wide valley filled with soft mist, and the flowers made gentle music. She felt like she was dreaming. A glowing blue butterfly approached her and circled her head, saying, "You are the chosen one." Leila, she felt a warm glow in her heart. Leila followed the butterfly until they reached a giant gate of white light. "This is the gate to the heart of the magical forest," said the rabbit. Before entering, a huge wooden guardian appeared, holding a long spear. "What are you seeking?" it asked. Leila raised her head and said, "I'm looking for courage and wisdom." The guardian opened the gate and said, "Your heart is pure. Enter." Leila walked through, feeling warmth in her heart, as if she had entered a dream world. The trees had golden leaves, and the birds looked like flying gems. Leila laughed and said, "This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen." She found a white flower blooming slowly in the center of a stone circle. The butterfly said, "Ask a question and the flower will answer." Leila approached and whispered, "How can I be brave even when I'm scared?" The flower glowed and answered, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but choosing to move forward despite it." Leila closed her eyes and said softly, "I understand." Suddenly, the sky darkened and black shadows appeared among the trees. "The forest is testing you," said the rabbit. One of the shadows formed into a mirror version of Leila, but it was angry and afraid. "You are not brave," it shouted. Leila stood tall and said, "I know my heart." As soon as Leila said those words, the shadows melted and disappeared. Light slowly returned to the forest. "You have passed the test," said the butterfly. Leaves gathered into the shape of a golden heart and floated into Leila's hand. "I will always keep this," she whispered. The rabbit returned and said, "The journey is not over yet. There is a gate to return." Leila followed him quietly, filled with gratitude. They arrived at a stone arch covered in moss. "And I learned something very important." Leila paused and said, "I will never forget this place." She stepped through the gate and was suddenly back at the forest's edge, as if nothing had happened. Leila walked through the fields toward home, but inside she was different. She felt calm, strong as if she had grown a year older in just one day. Her mother opened the door, worried. "Where have you been?" she asked. Leila smiled and replied, "I was in the forest." She whispered, "I'm brave. And I always will be." In her dream, Leila flew above the forest, the blue butterfly lighting the path before her. She smiled, knowing the adventure wasn't over. It was only just beginning.